Hey, let's cover an interview question today that everybody has a problem with. Everybody has trouble with this one. It is, what is your greatest weakness? I'm Tammy Kabell with Career Resume Consulting, founder and CEO of CRC. And I've been actually for the last 13 years working with six-figure professionals to help them find their next six-figure job, or someone who's never had six figures before get their first six-figure job. And we've been really successful at finding clients jobs in a number of weeks rather than the 12 to 18 months that it takes these days in order to get a six-figure job. Or if you're over 50, it takes 18 to 24 months according to the AARP. So let's cover the question that many people will get in an interview, even an executive interview. So tell me about your greatest weakness. What's your greatest weakness? Now, this advice is something that I strongly recommend for someone, whether they're looking for a six-figure professional position, a highly paid professional position, or even just starting out. So this is at all interview levels to answer the question, what's your greatest weakness? First of all, if you try to turn that weakness into a strength, which is what a lot of people recommend, I don't recommend that, because I have had 18 years of hiring manager experience, and I know hiring managers can see right through that. If you've ever hired, then you would know that, yeah, you see right through that. If somebody says, oh, I spend too much time at work and I'm not a clock watcher and I really need work-life balance because I'm just too dedicated to my job, everybody hates that. And that's not what you want to do. In actuality, the best thing to do, and it really is in three parts, is to, number one, give your greatest weakness. So if I were just talking to you, just you and me, not in an interview, and I would ask truly, what is your greatest weakness? Tell me what that is. Let me know what that is. And in an interview, tell someone what that is. Now, here's the piece of advice that I hear nobody else giving, and this is really important. You need to give an example of when that weakness has blown up in your face. Okay? Now, that's a little bit different than what you hear everyone else say. For example, if you have a weakness of not being able to meet deadlines, I want you to be able to say, well, actually, in the past, I've had a problem meeting deadlines, and it reminds me of a time when I was working on a very large project. There were 33 stakeholders that I had to manage, and we ended up missing a very important deadline so that the QA people could not get their stuff done on time, and we missed a deadline for a client. And it cost us really in our client relationship with that client because we missed out on that important deadline, and it put stress on other areas of the business. So you need to be able to tell a specific example of when it's blown up in your face. Now, why do I say go into that extreme? It's because you want to make it real for the person who's interviewing you. So you want to say, I have struggled in the past with whatever it might be. Now, a lot of people say perfectionism, but if that truly is your problem, if you have paralysis by analysis because you have a perfection problem that keeps you from getting things done on time, then you need to state that. I actually believe that it's important to be transparent with an employer so that they understand what goods they're buying. Because when they're hiring you, they buy your product or service, and you are the salesperson in that interview process. So give a specific example of when it's blown up in your face. That's the second step. Now the third step, though, is very important, and you can't skip this step. It is, from that experience I really learned, and since then I've worked really hard on meeting deadlines. Then give a specific example of how you have gotten better with deadlines. Maybe it's been a demanding objective within a tight time frame that you were able to meet because you were able to manage your time more effectively because you learned from that experience when it blew up in your face. So give an experience in the past, and I would recommend that it's long ago in your past, perhaps, long ago enough that you have learned from it and you're getting better at it and you're taking steps Maybe you've taken a course about whatever weakness it is. Maybe you've sought education on how to overcome something. Maybe you've relied on the kindness of your coworkers to learn, or maybe you've learned just by reading a book or reading a couple of books on meeting deadlines or what time management, whatever it might be that your problem is. I'm just using that as an example. But what I would want you to do is give an example of how you have worked hard at overcoming this and you're getting better at it. And I wouldn't turn it into a strength. I don't think that that's appropriate. I think that you need to be very upfront with someone. When somebody asks, what's your greatest weakness? You know what? It's refreshing to have the person answer with their true greatest weakness, and a time that it's really blown up in their face and it's really caused some damage. And because of that learning experience, you're getting better at it. That would be refreshing to me as a hiring manager. So that's what I always recommend for my clients. We work with clients all over the world. We're located in the United States and we work coast to coast everywhere in the US, but we also work in Europe and Australia, the UK, and even in Asia. And we found that style of overcoming that particular question works really well, and it's quite refreshing for the person asking the question to hear a real answer. So give that real answer to them. Give an example of when it's blown up, and then show how you're learning from that. I hope that's helped you. If you want to get some more free resources, go to our website. It's careerresumeconsulting.com. If you want to talk with us about your job search, if you're looking for that six-figure job and you want some help because you don't know quite how to navigate today's job market, I can understand that. So go ahead and give us a call at area code 816-600-2478, or you can also reach us online again at careerresumeconsulting.com. If you have a question for me, I'm very accessible. I try to make myself very accessible to both clients and people who might be prospective clients or just people who are looking for a six-figure job. Feel free to email me. It's Tammy at beyondjobsearching.com, and that's TAMMY at beyondjobsearching.com. I hope this has helped, and have a very prosperous week. Have a wonderful time in your job search. Have fun with it. Learn best practices, and you can really make a difference in the amount of phone calls you get and working through those interviews and being successful. All right, I hope this has served you. Have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye now.